So it almost felt like Newcastle had waved the white flag before they even kicked off, and we'll get the thoughts of Jermaine Ginnis about that a bit further in just a few moments. But first, let's focus on the positives. Riyad Mahrez on the score sheet this evening, and let's hear from him. He's with Matt.
Riyad, that was easy, huh? That was a nice game.
Oh, it's not easy, but we make it easy by scoring early in the game. Then after we have more control, and then we can try to score more goals.
Yeah, a lot of nice flow, like movement. Everybody playing together. Teams working well.
Yeah, that's what we try to do every game.
Yeah. Why does it happen so much better here than away?
What's against Southampton?
Well, the last 3 games away.
Well, I think we played good, but we didn't have chance in luck in Southampton. We missed a lot of chances. Today we score, so that's the difference.
Yeah, and everybody wants to score. Everybody is scoring.
That's our team. Everyone can score, so everyone have a quality to score. So
double figures for you this season now, I think, for goals.
Yeah.
Is there a competition?
No, but obviously I want to try to help the team and try to score the most goal as I can. You know?
And you need to keep this performance going maybe for quite a few more weeks now, because
of course,
Premier League, but not so much, but FA Cup and Champions League.
Yeah, you need to keep it up and keep working and keep trying to help the team to improve, and then so you arrive in the best form in an important game for us.
Yeah. Everybody wants to impress the manager, stay in the team.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There it is, the unbridled joy of winning a Premier League game, 5 goals to 0. Listen, he's more fun to watch on the pitch, and he was brilliant tonight. Man City were brilliant tonight. It almost feels like, with everything that's going on, Liverpool winning the league and what's happened with UEFA, the players just feel they've got a point to prove.
I don't know about a point to prove, but to their manager they have, because they want to be playing in the big games that are coming up. They're still in 2 competitions. They've got a great chance of winning both. And there's positions to play for. They've got to play for that shirt. And you saw today Mahrez double figures for the season. 5 players of 10 or above goals this season. I think it's a record for any team in a season. So they're on fire in that sense going forward. But their problems we've well documented at the back. Yeah. Today they wasn't tested because they played against a very passive testimonial like Newcastle.
OK, well, should we look at the goals, Jermaine? You can give us your thoughts on them.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think first and foremost, you just got to have to praise Manchester City. And no matter how many times you see City get into these types of positions, teams just don't know what to do with them. I personally think Crafts should come across there and try and help out Lazaro, but they do things so quick and so efficiently that you can't stop it. And obviously for Gabriel Jesus to get his goal was massively important. Another assist for David Silva, I think that's something like 89 in his career. It's been it was a fantastic display from them all. Carbon copy of the first goal here. This time it's De Bruyne picking out the man Riyad Mahrez. And when you look at it, there's part of you that thinks it looks too easy, and then there's another side of me just thinks it's unstoppable from because of just how quick they do it, and just the fine details in terms of the assists are, they're real quality coming into the box. And it was just, even if you're a good team, you struggle to deal with it. I think this is just a little bit of bad luck from, obviously, Newcastle's point of view. But this bit here is quality. The quick thinking between Gabriel Jesus and Phil Foden is what opens up the chance in the first place. And then now it's a sheer panic from Richie, which obviously causes the problem. It was just wave after wave of attack that Newcastle were dealing with. And I don't know what I don't know what you think, Rio, but I'd be asking my goalkeeper all kinds of questions here. This is not good enough, I don't think.
He just said to him, I'll stand over here and I'll give you all the space to put it into, it seems. It was just, I'm sure a few of the Newcastle players will be shaking their heads looking back at him thinking, wow, how big was that gap that you left for him to put into? He didn't even go in the corner of the goal. It wasn't even like didn't have to be too precise. Just get it into a little area that he'd be able to hit it. The keeper will have no chance. And this is what I said at the end of the game. This typified the way that David Silva played. The 91st minute, pressed twice, managed to win it on the second one, and Sterling comes on, little cameo appearance, gets a goal.
91 Premier League assists for him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this guy, again, as I said, it'll be a Premier League all-time great. When you talk about the great midfielders down the years, Roy Keane, Vieira, Gerrard, Lampard, Toure, he's in the conversation.
And we talk so
Scholes.
much more now, Jermaine, about approach and mentality and a sort of high-performance mindset. It should have been the Newcastle players shouting and hollering at the full-time whistle, yet David Silva is the one over there having a pop at the referee and his assistants, which I think just gives you all the insight you need into the mentality of the man.
Yeah, well, that's why David Silva's a world-class player, and I think that's why that dressing room performs and functions the way it is. Don't get me wrong, they have better players in their dressing room, and it can become demoralising for teams like Newcastle United and others that have been to the Etihad this season and been done 5s and 4s and 3-0s. But the demand that Pep Guardiola puts on his team, and for David Silva to still have that intensity about his game when they're winning 4 and 5-0 at the end of his Manchester City career, I think, like Rio just explained, he's going to be one of the best and one of the greats we've ever had in the Premier League.
Well, let's hear from his manager then.
League, playing Champions League football, and that is what Newcastle fans were used to seeing for a number of years prior to even myself joining the football club, a top football club in the league. And obviously now it's a team that's been relegated on numerous occasions and bounced back. Yes, they've had a good season this season, but the aspirations just have to be higher for that football club. Even today, watching that, it's like, well, all right, yeah, you can get beat by City, but sometimes just it's the way you get beat sometimes is just not pretty. And that's one of those ones that I think Steve Bruce will look back on and go, it won't make him happy at all.
It's a good point, actually, by Jermaine. You can question their quality, but also tonight you can actually question the desire, can't you? It was really bad. First 20 minutes, so sloppy.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes really was a bad signal for this team. The way they started, very sloppy, giving away opportunities. They were kind of sitting there almost saying, go on, score. We'll give you the ball to score. And it wasn't nice to see. And as a manager, you'll be disappointed. But I got a feeling from the players that it was, we've got many players out. A lot of our influential players are out. We haven't got a chance. We'll just, if we get out of it with a 3-0 defeat, we'll be happy.
Oh, horrible. Right, let's confirm the rest of the evening's results and what that means for the table as well. Of course, there were some games last night. Norwich City pretty much relegated down to the Championship. A huge late goal, though, has gone in. Sheffield United, who don't forget, are pushing for Champions League spots. John Egan has scored a late goal for them. Wolves looked so good after the restart. Suddenly, the wheels are coming off a little bit for them. Meanwhile, it finished, as you know, Manchester City 5, Newcastle 0. And look at that, West Ham 0. Another really damaging defeat for David Moyes. Another win for Burnley. That man, Sean Dyche, once again working miracles this season in what has been a difficult time with various players out of contract and a little bit of unrest. Well, let's have a look then what this means for the Premier League table. Manchester City, one more point guarantees them a top 4 finish. In some ways, depending on what happens with the appeal to UEFA, that may well be irrelevant, but I guess at the same time it's kind of significant. They will absolutely want to make sure that they finish in second place. Wolves now sitting 6 on 52 points, and look at that, Sheffield United have caught right up, just a point behind them, so they're pushing for the top 5 right there. And if we take a look down towards the bottom, well, we know how hard it was for Norwich City. You can see what a damaging result this evening is for West Ham. It leaves them there in that mix with the teams down the bottom. But there they are, Newcastle United sitting 13th. As we said, a far cry from that team who were European regulars in the seasons before the Mike Ashley days. Right, that's the way the table looks. Just a quick reminder of all that you can still see here on BT Sport. It's going to be a busy weekend, actually. We've got BT Sport Fight Night on Friday evening, and then we get going with early kickoff once again. I'm not quite sure how it's happened, but I've ended up hosting the game that could see Norwich relegated from the Premier League. Norwich against West Ham, Saturday from midday. If there are any other football presenters out there that fancy coming into work on Saturday morning, you can take my role. Liverpool up against Burnley from 2:30. Once again, back-to-back Premier League games. And then UFC 251. We've got 3 title fights on the night, including Usman against Masvidal. Well, wasn't it an absolutely scintillating display from those Man City players this evening? Yet,
Pepper, Manchester United and Manchester City performance. Good one.
Yeah, good one. Seriously, and 3 more points.
What did you like about the way your team played?
Everything. Yeah, commitment, and we play good, and the same level that the last game. So, a good performance, and today we scored goals that we missed the last game.
Yeah, is it literally that the difference, the performance and the flow, the rhythm, everything's good? You just score goals here, you didn't.
It was quite similar. We created more chances at the game against Southampton, but we could not convert. But the team is always there. We are preparing for the game at Arsenal in Madrid.
Yeah, lots of good flow, lots of players asking questions of you to be in the team. They all want to be in your team.
Yeah, everyone wanna play, but they know. So They play. I try to let them play as much as possible, all of them. They deserve it, and I don't want to select just 11 players. And we try to convince them that all of us we're going to achieve what we are ahead of us this season.
And we don't hear from him much, so maybe one word on the captain, because 10 years coming to an end, sadly not in front of the fans, but he deserves some credit and recognition, David Silva. He's a hell of a footballer.
The performance today I've done